Welcome to another live watch party session. My name's Nina Camplin and we're holding these on behalf of the VC Gallery in place of their usual Wednesday workshops. And today we're going to do another in our series of Pembrokeshire Paints Van Gogh. And today we're looking at Van Gogh's window. Okay. Now, I've been drawing a lot of parallels between Van Gogh's time in the asylum and our time while we're in isolation or on lockdown. It can be said he produced some of his most creative pieces while he was in the asylum, and he was there for a whole year, just over a year. And he painted things like the grounds, he painted the views from his bedroom window, he painted a lot of flowers, and of course he did interiors, which we've all got while we're in our own houses. And I thought it would be a good idea to try and do something similar to what Van Gogh did here. So what I've done is I've taken a picture from my bedroom. This is my bedroom window, and I've set up a little still life here with symbolic items that are relevant to the situation that we're in at the moment. So I've got my teddy, which I covered in an earlier session. I have got toilet roll, which has become a permanent ornament in our house now, a bottle of hand sanitizer, and my Saturday night tipple, which is Bacardi and a glass. And when I go back to the original picture, you can see that it's been worked again. Van Gogh did a lot of stuff with a very, very limited palette. And this one is very kind of warm colours on the inside and cool colours on the outside of the window coming from outside. So I'm going to try and follow Van Gogh's example, and I'm going to use just the primary colours, and then I'm going to just draw it out in charcoal. So I've got a little bit of an idea where everything's going. So I'm just going to draw, first of all, a rough outline of where the window's going. So we've got and then I've got on my picture, in my bedroom, I've got a lamp just on the bedside table here that sort of comes up in front of the window. I'm not going to do the centre strut of the window because I want to paint the whole interior, and then I'll go over that. I have given myself a very limited palette here. I've got cadmium yellow, I've got magenta, and I've got processed cyan. Now the reason I'm using these colours is because I haven't had a chance to get out to the shop, so I'm going through my stocks, and these are ones that I've got quite a large tubes of, and I've got plenty of the paint to use. So I'm going to begin with looking at the outside of mine. I've got a mountain in the distance, so first of all I'm going to get in the sky here, and I'm using white as well. My white is what I've taken from a large pot of masonry paint because I'm really low on acrylic paint, so I'm mixing it with masonry. And I'm going to start with white and the blue together. I want to keep the outside really light and bright, so I'm going to put the sky in. This is just blue with mainly white with a little bit of blue in it. Oh, before I started, I should have said that I've put down a yellow ground on this this picture. That's going to bleach out to me. So that which is what Van Gogh did in his window. It looked like it had a yellow base to it. So the yellow will hopefully show throughout the picture. And there's the sky. So now I'm going to put in the mountain. So I'm going to just mix a little bit of yellow into this blue and white that I've got here. I'm going to come up, put the mountain. Just going to put a little bit of the magenta into this as well. I want this to be quite subtle in the background, so I'm going to try and lose this harsh line that I've got on the top of here, blend it in a little bit more so it looks out of focus and far away. putting some abstract colour in here. So it looks like trees or something. So you can see the contrast. I'm now going to do the walls of the inside of the room. I really want to get the feeling of that light coming through, so I'm going to make this quite a lot heavier. And I'm using the magenta and the cadmium yellow. I go in here. Really heavy. Perhaps with a little bit of blue to tone it back a bit. I don't want to blend it too much. I want to still be able to see the brush strokes in this. From Van Gogh's original picture, you can see he kind of follows the contours of the wall, so that the strokes follow up and down, and they follow around the top of the window and across the bottom. So it helps to define the perspective. So we've got all the background in, and now I'm going to start trying to get in the window surround. So not the frame, it's where the wall recesses. So I'm going to use blue and white for this because it's picking up a lot of the light from outside. I'm going to make it quite dark in this corner because this is where I'm putting my teddy bear in. And then my window's got the most light coming in on the bottom, so I'm going to do that really white almost. A little bit of blue. Next I'm going to get in my lampshade here because that's in the foreground, so I need to draw the other bits around it. Now this is actually a kind of purple colour, so I'm going to use the magenta and the cyan together. This is really dark. Oops. And it's just got a little bit of light coming in from this edge, so I'm just going to use white on my brush. Blend it across. See that? And then I need to do the interior, which is also quite dark. And you can just see a little bit of the bulb. I'm just going to do this. Next I'm going to put in the window frames. So these ones here that you can see, and the central one. Now let's go back to Van Gogh's one. He's actually used it looks like he's used charcoal or something on this one to make them really dark. Gives the impression of more light coming from behind it. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make these quite dark in here, and I'm going to do that by using a mix of all the three colours together. You see my palette now, I'm using just all three together. Now, because this window is an opening window, it's actually got another frame inside it. And then I've just got a couple of handles coming down as well, so I'm gonna just do an indication for those. next thing I'm going to do is start to put a indication of my items that are on the windowsill. So I'm going to start with the bottle of Bacardi going in here. And if you have a look at Van Gogh's version, the items on his windowsill are very simplistic. They're literally just shapes with outlines around them. So I'm going to try and do something similar. And then I've got a glass next to it, which is here. And then a bottle of hand sanitizer, just here. And then I've got the toilet roll. And then I've got the teddy bear. So the next thing I'm going to do, just to finish this off, is Van Gogh was very inspired by Japanese woodcuts, which is why we think that he put a lot of the outlines around things. So I'm going to just finish off by giving my items on the windowsill a bit of an outline. Again, I'm still using just the primary colours. I have got a bit of a dirty mess in the middle where they've all mixed together, which will be perfect for outlining. And there we go. So I hope you'll all have a go at home at doing this. We can all set up your own still life on your windowsill, just using things that are symbolic to you of this time. And if you do manage to have a go at something like this, please do upload your pictures to the VC Gallery page, because we'd love to see them. And I hope you're all staying home and staying safe, and I'll speak to you again next week. Bye!